It's not your imagination. Gasoline prices are once again going up.
Dry weather across East Alabama, but there is some rainfall on the horizon. We'll talk about the return of afternoon showers and thunderstorms coming up.
We continue previewing high school football teams from across East Alabama. We'll check in with the Wellborn Panthers coming up in sports. EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
Good evening, and thank you for watching East Alabama Now Local News for Tuesday, August 1st, 2023. I'm Katie Edwards.
And I'm Mike Stedham.
AAA reports that the average price for a gallon of gas in Alabama has jumped a nickel since last Thursday, up to $3.40. That puts the state in the top 10 increases for the week. Here in Calhoun County, gas prices have been tracking the state average with an average cost of $3.39. AAA says demand for gas nationwide has held steady, and it blames the price jump on the increased cost of a barrel of oil, which is just over $75 right now.
It could be worse. Alabama remains in the bottom 10 states for average gas prices, and prices have fallen about 38 cents a gallon since August of 2022. Nationwide, a gallon of gas costs $3.78. Forecasters believe there may be some relief in sight as oil prices are expected to drop slightly in the coming weeks.
A motorcyclist from Piedmont was killed Sunday night in a collision with a pickup on US 278. News reports identified the victim as 48-year-old Marcus Rainey Jr. He was pronounced dead at the scene about a mile west of Piedmont around 7 Sunday evening. The driver of the pickup, 28-year-old Hannah Bagwell, was airlifted from the scene to UAB Hospital in Birmingham.
And when we return, we'll tell you about a piano competition coming up in Oxford.
Well, my name's Mike Craven, and we recently purchased an open carport, metal carport from Waldrop Manufacturing. I have an extra car. We have a very small home, very small driveway, and I needed somewhere just to park another vehicle, just out of the weather. And I had been told by 2 or 3 friends that knew we had recently remodeled a home that Waldrops were the people that you need to go talk to. I was in that area one day and I thought, hey, I'll just stop in, and I did without calling, and greeted warmly, well taken care of. It was just, really the whole process was just good from day one.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wadowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
Tickets are now on sale for the annual Rubato Piano Competition to be held next weekend at the Oxford Performing Arts Center. These programs attract some of the best young pianists from around the world to compete for scholarships and other prizes. The semifinals will be held Thursday and Friday night starting at 6:30, and the grand finale will be next Saturday at 6:30. To purchase tickets, go to rubatopiano.org.
When we come back, we'll tell you about some road closures coming up this weekend as runners from across the region come to Anniston.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
Several roads in East Anniston will be closed Saturday morning so hundreds of runners can take part in the annual Woodstock 5K road race. The city plans to close those streets at 7 Saturday morning, and the race will start at 7:30 in front of Anniston High School. Some of the streets affected by the closures include Christine, Layton, Rocky Hollow, East 11th Street, East 22nd Street, and Davis Avenue. The race should be over around 10, and the roads will reopen at that time.
Of course, we were talking about the Woodstock 5K, which is one of the oldest road races in the Southeast. It's been around for a long time.
Yes, I competed in that last year. It was a lot of fun.
It started as part of the Alabama Shakespeare Festival, the Midsummer Mornings 5K. And of course, every year the people complain about one thing.
The heat.
Yes. So why don't we go over to the EAN Weather Center, where John Holder can tell us what kind of weather they can expect for this year's Woodstock 5K.
Mike and Katie, we will have a little bit of a break from the hot weather for the next couple of days, but we have some intense heat coming back for the weekend. The complete forecast details for the rest of the work week and the weekend coming up.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
Temperatures today across East Alabama, actually a degree or two cooler than they have been. 92 for the high today. That is still a little bit above average for this time of year. The morning low this morning, 69, a couple of degrees below the average. You see the record high temperature 99, the record low 59, and the sunrise and sunset times 5:56 coming up on your Wednesday morning and 7:43 tonight. Weather on your street, we're going to take you out to White Plains to Sunset Alice Lane, just off Alabama Highway 9, a little bit north of White Plains. Going to be a spectacular night tonight. The supermoon is out, clear skies, 69 degrees. Spectacular night for a sunset on Sunset Alice Lane in White Plains coming up tonight. On your Wednesday, really a repeat of today across East Alabama. Plenty of sunshine, another dry day. We don't have any rain in the forecast. Folks out on West 15th Street in Anniston, enjoy the day tomorrow. Lower humidity and dew point values relative to early August in Alabama, so enjoy that coming up tomorrow, because that is going to change as we get into the latter half of the work week. Speaking of the rest of the week across East Alabama, Teresa Cheatham Drive in Wellington. Afternoon storms coming back out to Wellington and the rest of Calhoun and Cleburne counties will be in the 90s. Maybe some 80s sneaking in there for a couple of days, but for the most part, we're going to average 90s as we move through the rest of the work week. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. You'll see 92 tomorrow. We're going to roll with some upper 80s, going to try to be positive here. 89 for the high on Thursday, 88 on Friday. Both days, about a 50-50 chance of showers and thunderstorms. That means with the moisture coming back, humidity and dew point values are going to be rising. So even though by the time we get into the weekend, we're going to see some continued good rain chances, we're going to see heat index values again approaching 105, 107, something like that for the weekend, as those air temperatures are going to rise as well. 93 on Saturday, 95 on Sunday. The big theme here is beginning Thursday, late afternoon, early evening, scattered showers and thunderstorms with the heating of the day. Typical weather for summertime in Alabama making their return beginning on Thursday. Let's take a look now at being weather ready for outdoor sports. Folks, we have a lot going on and about to happen. We've got high school football that started this week. High school football practice continues for some folks next week. We've got band practice, cheerleading practice. A lot of outdoor sports are going on this time of year, and a lot of that's taking place in the heat. So obviously, common sense things here. Going to have to deal with the heat. Wear that light, loose-fitting clothing if you can. Football players can't do that, but they'll be taken care of by the trainers and doctors out there with staying hydrated and taking a lot of breaks in the shade. Air quality, that's another concern. Again, you want to avoid the middle of the day when that air quality is going to be at the worst, and most folks having practices in the mornings and the late evenings. And then lightning, again, Thursday, we're going to see the return of those afternoon showers and thunderstorms. And again, even though it may not even be raining and the sun may be out, if there's a storm off in the distance and you can hear the thunder, that means you could potentially be struck by lightning. So if you're doing outdoor activities, including outdoor sports, heed that warning as well. Coming up in sports, high school football talk continues with Chase Robinson talking Walter Wellborn High School football right now. Chase.
Thanks, John. The countdown to high school football is on as we reach the month of August. We continue our team previews tonight as we take a look at the Walter Wellborn Panthers. As Coach Jeff Smith has gone through spring and summer workouts with the 2023 team, he's picked up a few things about the guys along the way. But one thing that stands out to Coach Smith heading into his 15th year as the Panthers head coach is that the team is dedicated to the game of football.
I like their dedication. It's not easy to play football nowadays. It's not easy to go out there right now in this August heat and deal with that. I think that's what football separates from everything else, because no other sport has to deal with the heat and the elements like we have to. And to go out there in this day and time when everything is kind of softened up and still do that, I think that makes them special.
The Panthers finished 6-5 last season and 4th in 3A Region 4. They lost starters on the offensive side of the ball, but they have a lot of returning on the defense. Coach Smith talks about the experience they have and how they will fill those holes on offense.
Got 8 out of 11 back on defense.
Okay.
And then on offense, we've got 5 starters back on offense. We lost 6 off our offense last year. But the people that we've replaced them with had started for us in different positions. So, we got a lot of experience back on offense and defense. The offense just has got to get guys playing in different positions.
Wellborn Panthers will begin their season week 0 as they take on the Anniston Bulldogs in a Calhoun County rivalry on Friday night, August 25th. Coach Dana Bryant has announced that this will be her final season as the Lady Raiders head coach, as she will be retiring at the end of the next school year. Bryant has been the volleyball coach for the Pleasant Valley Lady Raiders for the last 17 seasons. During her coaching tenure, she's 519 and 265 with 15 area championships, 15 regional appearances, 8 Elite 8 appearances, 4 Final 4 appearances, and 2 state runner-ups. Last season, Pleasant Valley finished runner-up in Class 2A, falling in the championship to county rival Donahoe. Bryant is also a graduate of Pleasant Valley High School. The Smash It Sports Vipers are in Florida this week to take on the USSSA Pride for a 3-game series in the next to last series of the season. Game 1 tonight with the Pride is at 7 p.m. They'll wrap up the series Thursday night and come back home to Oxford to finish up the regular season with the Pride. The league will begin their tournament at Choccolocco Park next week. That's it for sports. Let's send it back over to Mike and Katie.
Thank you for watching East Alabama Now Local News.
You can find us here online every weeknight starting about 6:30 or so on either Facebook or YouTube. Just go to our video feed and watch the news whenever it's convenient for you. We're working hard to build our audience, and you can help us by liking and sharing these newscasts.
We'll see you back here Wednesday for your news on your schedule.